With that, I'm going to introduce our first speaker, and it is Darren Anderson. He has been a help desk technician here at Pride for 11 years. This is now his 6th speech for Toastmasters. And again, he's doing Project 4, How to Say It. The title of his speech today is Cruise Ship Life. So please welcome Captain Darren.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Today I'm excited to talk to you about cruise ship life. I don't know how many have taken cruises here, but I will be your captain today. And I want to tell you, welcome aboard your cruise ship. We actually have a ticket coming around if you can take a look at it today. We're going to have some things going around, so if you want to pass them around and figure out how that's going to work, keep an eye out on what stuff is coming around today. But I want to say welcome aboard. And have a great day. And by day, I mean D-A-E, discovery, adventure, and exploration. There was a single parent who toiled and scrimped and saved to have a once-in-a-lifetime vacation with their child. It was a 7-day cruise, the most luxurious cruise ship in the 7 seas. Finally, the vacation day arrived. And they were so excited. They couldn't really afford to do much on the cruise, so they stayed a lot in the cabin. They watched TV, they ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, crackers with cheese spread in the can. They were saving patiently, so at the last day they could spare no expense. When the last day finally came, they came out to breakfast and they had a spectacular meal. And they finally learned that everything in the cruise was included in the price of the ticket. All the excursions, all the shows, everything was included. All the meals, they completely missed out. Well, today I want to tell you that we are much in the same way. We are all on this cruise ship called life. And we spend a lot of time in our cabin eating crappy food and watching TV. We need to get outside of the cabin. And today I'm going to talk to you how to do that. So I want to tell you how to become a sensualist. You say, well, Captain Darren, what does that mean? A sensualist. Well, it means getting outside the cabin every day and enjoying our 6 senses. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. We're going to have some things coming around. First of all, carpe diem. Seize the day. And by day I mean D, discovery, A, adventure, and E, exploration. So we're going to talk about this with the 6 senses. First of all, I want to talk to you, I don't know if you know, but when the automobile first came out, they weren't sure if the human body was going to survive going 30 miles an hour. Well, I want everyone to raise your hand. And then I'm gonna mention speeds, and I want you to drop your hand when you've read the world speed record for a human being. Okay, 1,000 miles an hour, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 10,000 miles an hour, 15,000, 20,000. 25,000. Well, those with your hands raised are about right. It's 200 miles short of 25,000 miles an hour on Apollo 10. But when it comes to the 6 senses, we're barely getting over 30. We have a lot of work to do. So first of all, I want to talk to you about our sense of smell. And I'm going to have a candle going around. You can kind of smell that as it goes around. But we need to stop and smell the roses. You know, I have a coworker that can't smell. His nose does not work. If you were standing next to him and accidentally broke wind, he would not eat. It was fascinating. We need to pause and smell our food and really enjoy that. We need to take walks after a summer rain. We need to take a trip to the beach and go on mountain hikes and really enjoy our sense of smell. Discovery, adventure, and exploration with our nose. Next, I want to talk to you about your sight. We have some things that you can look at coming around. We need to begin to open our eyes. We need to seek and ye shall find. You know, I've actually found about a dozen four-leaf clovers. I don't know if you've been spending time looking for four-leaf clovers, but if you seek, you shall find. Have you ever seen the stars away from the city, away from the light pollution? Sometimes there's so many stars in the Milky Way galaxy, it gets frightening. It's so beautiful. I actually collect pictures. I have thousands of amazing, beautiful pictures and photographs as one of my hobbies. But I'd actually encourage each one of us to take up photography as a hobby. Even with a cheap digital camera, the pictures are free, but as a photographer, you begin to see life and see beauty all around us. We need to enjoy art and maybe create some art of your own, and as an artist, you begin to see beauty. Next, we need to have discovery, adventure, and exploration using our eyes. So let's talk about taste. Now, See's candy is one of my favorite things. I actually brought some to share, so we have some of that going around. If you're allergic to nuts, there's some candy coming around after that doesn't have any nuts. Thank you, Kevin. So, my wife likes to go through recipe books from beginning to end and try all new kinds of things. You know, in the history of the world, there's never been a time like this when we have so much at our fingertips at the supermarket. Foods, fruits, vegetables, spices, meats, recipes from around the world. This week I actually tried kiwi grapes for the first time in my entire life. I did not bring enough to share, sorry. But we need to slow down and really enjoy what we're eating. You know, I'm learning to squeeze more joy out of one spoonful of ice cream than most people enjoy in the whole bowl. We need to slow down and discover adventure and more exploration with our tongue. Next, I want to talk about our ears. So I'm actually 50% deaf. I'm 80% deaf in one ear and 20% in the other. My wife calls it selective hearing. I do appreciate my ears a lot because I am partially deaf. I have over 500 albums in my music collection. And if you say, well, I don't like country or jazz or blues or classical, I would say, you're missing the boat. The problem is with most music is 90% of it is junk. And what you've probably maybe been listening to is junk, but you have to sort through the junk to find the gems. And in every genre of music, you can really find some gems, but it takes patience and persistence. When I work out, I listen to very powerful music, and I have an amazing experience. But then I watch someone on their little exercise bike reading the People magazine, and I just want to say, you're missing the boat. Enjoy. Get some music that you really enjoy listening to and you really enjoy working out. So if you have a musical talent, develop it, share it. You want to listen, really, really listen. Listen to people, listen to your employees, listen to your partners, listen to your children. Really, really listen. Listen to yourself, your heart, your mind, and your soul. Really, really listen. Discovery, adventure, exploration with your ears. Next I want to talk about pride, or touch, your sense of touch. At Pride we have this no-touch policy. I'm not trying to get anybody fired, but I think we all need to explore our world more with touch. Buy a massage shower head. Buy 1,000 thread count sheets. Buy a massage table. Walk in the grass with your bare feet. Lay on the grass in a cotton blanket in the shade. You know, Helen Keller, one of her favorite pastimes was reading, and she actually read by touch. But as she read her favorite books, hours on end, over time the words would slowly disappear. And eventually there would be nothing left to read. Well, another thing that Helen enjoyed doing is going to the beach, and I love going to the beach too. It's a multi-sensory experience. All the senses are involved when you go to the beach, and I love it so much. So we need to have discovery, adventure, and exploration with our body, with our minds, with our hands and our feet. Lastly, the sixth sense. So that has to do with inspiration, vision, genius, our creativity, insights, understandings, and wisdom. It's meditation, tuning out and tuning in. It's pausing to quiet the mind and the soul. And I have some wise advice. It's to have a notebook and start capturing your inspiration. Start keeping the notebook handy. Discovery, adventure, exploration with our heart, mind, and soul. So we need to get out of the cabin and seek beauty in all of our senses. And if we're going to do this, if we're all going to enjoy this cruise together, we're all going to need tickets. So we have those going around. We have one for each of you. So enjoy the ticket. Keep it as a reminder. Each day is a gift. It's a precious gift. One of my favorite shows is I Shouldn't Be Alive. And each episode is an amazing survival story where somebody cheats death. This is one of my favorite pictures. It's got a goldfish jumping from the beak of a pelican. I'll pass that around. You can take a look at that. But we need to, each day is a gift, and we need to open the gift and treasure it. And make the most of every day and every part of every day. Not waiting for the evening or the weekend or the summer. You can't waste a season, a month, a day, or even a single part of a day. So my daughter, she was all excited about science camp. She woke up at 5:30 in the morning. Well, today I got up at 5:30. I had prayer, scripture study, did some reading and meditation. On the front porch and under a blanket, I greeted the day. I wrote in my journal, I planned the day. I had a powerful workout. I enjoyed a shower with a massage shower head. I shaved with a badger hair brush. I played a game of air hockey with my daughter. Walked around the block before it began to rain and listened to music on the way to work. Now, did I do this every morning? No. Did I do this today just because I was giving this speech? Yes. But it's not about cramming everything we can into every second of our life. It's about exploring what's possible. So I have a question. Your TV, how much did your TV cost you? How much did your TV cost you? How much did your TV cost you? What are we wasting and missing out on because we're watching television? You know, I've never written in my journal, I watched the TV today and it was so amazing. Sometimes we need to keep a journal of our adventures. And a lot of times we don't write journals because what will we write in it? Like, in the cabin today, next entry. In the cabin today again. If you begin to record your adventures, you can't go too many days like that before your journal screams at you, get out of the cabin! Well, each day is a blank canvas. We need to be the artist. We need to plan our day. We have to have celebrations and rituals and dashboards that keep us there. I call this cruise control. So you guys remember Gulliver's Travels? Gulliver shipwrecked and he sat up on the beach and he woke up and he found he was tied down by hundreds of tiny men. Well, the day is like Gulliver. Before the day wakes up, we got to tie it down. We got to tie it down with planning and care and creativity and flexibility. If you don't, the day is going to get away from you. So get out of your rut in this amusement park called life. Don't ride the same ride every day all the time. You got to ride a different ride. I'm not talking about our partner here. Ride different rides. That means all the six senses. We need to enjoy more of what we love doing. Like a cat in the sun, look for it, wait for it, and enjoy it. So make a deal. If you'll times two, all times two. If you do If you go to a horse and buggy to auto, I'll go from an automobile to an airplane. But are you gonna be a Model T or a Formula One race car? What would Helen Keller do with your eyes and your ears? She said she walked with serenity, with happiness in the shadow of her deprivation. Well, what can we do, and what's possible for us if we walk in the light of our abundance? Discovery, adventure, exploration. Have a great day. Enjoy your cruise ship life. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. That was great. Funny, inspiring. By the way, Darren, your coworker who sits next to you, his sense of smell isn't as bad as you think.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Have a good day. Bye-bye now.